I'm Steve.
And I'm Les.
And this is Tabletop Tastings.
The perfect pairing of board games.
And some whiskey tasting.
Fantastic. Steve.
Yes.
I brought a game here for us today that we're both quite familiar with. We've played it quite a few times.
We have.
The game is called Azul. It's a 2 to 4 player game. It's designed by Michael Kiesling, and it's published by Next Move Games.
All right.
Now, as you may be aware, some things in life are fixed. The sun rises in the east and it sets in the west.
Fixed.
Birds, they'll sing in the springtime. And every year since 2017, there'll be a new version of Azul published. Now, that's mostly true. They didn't make one last year. But really, Azul is a fantastic series of games.
Yes.
And there's been many iterations of it made over the past several years. The version that we have today is the original 2017 version. And Azulios, which was originally a white and blue ceramic handcrafted tile, are a thing of beauty.
Yes.
And these have been made in Portugal, and really, it's an art form.
It is.
With these workers that build these tiles and lay them, and they look absolutely beautiful. So in Azul, players from a factory take tiles and place them in their game board. And the idea is that you're trying to fill up these rows of the same colors, and then at the end of each round, when you move these over, you score points based on how they're laid out on this grid here. So players are competing against each other, and the game, it's kind of exciting because you're working on your own little thing, but if you don't think far enough ahead and you get stuck with a bunch of tiles you don't need, they get wasted and you lose points for it. So it stinks to be that last person that has to grab 5 tiles of a color that they don't want and then lose a bunch of points as a result of it.
Unless that was part of your strategy and you get the other person to have to pick up 5 tiles that they cannot use.
Yes, that's right.
Which is fun.
So Azul is a great game. I mentioned there's been 5 other iterations of it. Glass panes to chocolate, and they all have the similar principle of drawing tiles from the factories, losing points if you take more tiles than you need, but they're all really good games.
It's a favorite in our house. We play this quite a bit when we want to play just something that doesn't take a lot of thinking, and you just want to, and an easy teach too, so you can show people really nice and quickly how to play the game.
One of the beautiful things about this game too is just the thick chunkiness of these tiles. Some of them have nice little patterns on them as well. It's a simple game, not a lot of pieces, sets up super quick, very easy teach, and it's just fun to play, and I think it's timeless as well. 10 or 15 years from now, people will still be playing Azul or some variation thereof.
Excellent. And it would be it's an awesome one to have at your home, your cottage, because it's not a big box. You can just take it with you as well. So I love this game.
Excellent. And what would you pair to play with Azul?
So I think of Azul and you're building something. Every time you're always trying to build something, you're grabbing from the factory and you're building on your own personal play mat. For me, I kind of thought of hey, that's kind of like an architect, right? So an architecture is really the art or the way of building something and designing something. And so for me, I really thought of this beautiful bottle from Penelope. So Penelope makes some fantastic bourbons. So this is a 4-grain bourbon, a mix of 3 different mash bills. However, this bottle is a little bit special and unique. So you can get Penelope Architect, and they really wanted to build something from the ground up and change things. They wanted a different flavor profile, and that's exactly what you get with Penelope Architect. And they have a whole line of really good, everything I've had from them is actually quite fantastic. This bottle in particular, though, is a barrel select. So our friend Bobby at Southern Ontario Sippers went down to Penelope and was able to select from a number of different casks, and he selected this particular one, and they added a few extra little details on it. So for all you Seinfeld fans, when we talk about architecture, we have Art Vandelay. So anyway, so this is a really good bottle. You're not gonna get this exact one. This is something special for those that were in our club, in the Southern Ontario Sippers Club, but you can get Architect, and I've had the other one and it's just as good. It's so good. So if you're gonna play Azul and do up your architecture of placing your tiles and so on, this is what you want, a bottle of Penelope Architect.
Excellent. And like Azul, it really is timeless.
Yes.
And that's where Penelope falls as well.
so good.
That flavor lingers for just the right amount of time. They're always innovating with whiskey and bourbons and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And Penelope is one of those timeless pieces where it doesn't matter, you know, how into whiskey you are or not into whiskey. This is a good bottle and anyone can enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. And you can get Penelope's, their 4 grain is available at the LCBO here in Ontario. So it is available. You can grab a bottle. You may not be able to get this one. However, you can find a bottle of Penelope. And they make really good bourbon.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm Les.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Tabletop Tastings.
That it is.
Have a great day.
Yeah.